We got anyone here? No, just me. No, Stuart's here. Good evening. Good evening. Hear me alright? How's things? Evening, Matthew. Good evening. Nice to see you. Thanks for sharing a photo of your pile of shame. Arathian, good evening. Your pile of shame makes me feel like my pile of shame is small, Matthew. I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing for you, but it's nice for me to see someone that's got an even bigger pile of shame than I do. Doesn't often happen. Alright, we're doing Blade Guard. I need a few red paints. I need some metallic paint. Need some lead belcher. My pile of shame is mental. If I'm allowed to share your pile of shame on stream, Matthew, I'll share it. Matthew's pile of shame it makes mine look small, honestly. Matthew's I said to Matthew, he needs to win the lottery, like I do, so he can just give up on his day job and just paint and paint and paint. Even then, I'm not convinced he will finish his pile of shame. Yeah? Alright, cool. We're gonna start the stream with Matthew's pile of shame. Hold on. Let me think how I can get this up. One sec. Yeah, look at this. Look at this. Makes my pile of shame look small. Look at this baby. Oofed! I don't even want to count how many have still cellophane on them, Matthew. But like, there must be 50 with cellophane on them. If it's not 50, it's close. You are a maniac. You're a maniac! Alright, I thought like having like a few with the cellophane on them was bad, but 50. Yeah, that's how you do it, boys. That is how you build a 40k army. 50 boxes of cellophane. Hello Michael Huff, good evening, nice to see you. We're not going to do anything too serious tonight. I'm obviously painting Blade Guard. I've been playing them for a few weeks now. I think they're very good. Probably going to be playing them for a few more weeks. So just going to be doing a bit of Blade Guard stuff, painting. Be here for a couple hours, chilling. If there's questions about Blood Angels, what the hell is the old Blood Angels Dreadnought? 300 bucks on eBay. Which one? The Leviathan or the just the one that came in the box set, like the old Death Company Dreadnought? Are people going crazy for it because it doesn't sell anymore? Is that what's happened? That's what I was telling you about those tactical squads, Matthew. People go crazy for tactical squads now. You get a lot of money if you've got tactical squads kicking around you don't need. I always forget what colour I use for purity seals. It's not Gene Stealer purple. It's a purple, but it's not Gene Stealer. It is Screamer pink, that's the one. I always think it's Gene Stealer purple for some reason. It's not, but it's not. The old Furioso box, that's £300 on eBay just for ones that are like brand new in the box, or you think you can, or people are people paying £300 on like one, because I've got one that I've got built that I don't need. I mean, why would I need an old Death Company Dreadnought anymore? I mean, I guess the answer is probably I wouldn't, right? $300 for a new in-box Furioso. Jeez, oh man. Yeah, I mean, this is why every time they legend stuff, I always say it in chat, or I always say it on my streams. you should try and get a box of the old bits and bobs before they legends them, because, I mean, even if you don't use all the bits, the price of those boxes is just going astronomical. I can't remember what it was. It was like the old Death Company boxes. They're going at 4 times retail. You have 3 in cellophane. Oh my goodness, dude. I thought you were complaining about the price. No, you've got 3 in cellophane. You basically pay. You sell those 3 dreadnoughts that don't even have rules anymore. That's paid for your entire pile of shame. Tommy says, what's the difference in play style between lag and RCO in terms of general army stratagem feel? I think RCO is much more in your face, charge in terms of the strategy behind RCO. Oh, hold on, my daughter's screaming. She literally waits for 1 sec. What, sweetheart? My daughter had a bug in her bed, but she's pinged it off now, so we're all good. It's been a while, Eternal Crusader. Are we excited for next week? Yeah, I think we are excited for next week, right? We're going to see we're going to see new Space Marine models. I hesitate to say new Blood Angels models. I think there's going to be new Space Marine models painted in Blood Angels colours. That's coming on Thursday night, is it? Or is it... I can't remember if it's either Thursday 1 AM or Wednesday night. I really hate how they do these reveal streams at like middle of the night in the UK, because I've got work in the morning, so I probably won't be up to watch it, but I guess that is what it is, right? You can't, you know, that's when they do the reveal streams these days, I guess. They got a bigger audience in America now than they have in the UK. I mean, I guess that's maybe why they do the reveal streams on US time. I don't really know. Yeah, I feel like Rage... Sorry, getting back to the question that was asked. It was asked by Official Tommy. I feel like Rage Cursed is a much more aggressive detachment. You need to be charging with multiple units. You kind of need a go turn. So in like turn 2 or 3, you just go with every single unit in your army list, and you just charge and charge and charge, and you try and win the game that way. I think you can do that in Liberator Assault Group. But I think Liberator Assault Group probably lends itself to a little bit more strategic play. Which detachment is better? Hard to say, but certainly Rage Cursed is doing better in tournaments these days. Since I'm always begging for tactical squads, I have 10 painted... What, you've got 10 painted tactical squads? I wonder if tactical squads will survive to the new edition, man. If they survive, I really hope they get updated rules, because I really think they're... it would probably be nice if they just updated their models as well. Like, give them something... Give them some better models, give them some better bolt guns, give them some better rules. Like, tactical squads to me still feel a bit... crap, I guess, for lack of a better word, right? Like, they need... I feel like they need something. They want the American money. Oh, well, everybody wants the American money, don't they? That's I mean, I guess in terms of like the audience size, the population of America is probably like 5 times bigger. I actually don't know the population of America. I feel like it's like 300 million. But that's a guess off the top of my head. And I think the population of the UK is like 50 or 60 million. So I want to say the population is like 5 times bigger. So of course you want to be in a market that's 5 times bigger than your domestic market. Any sensible business would want to be in a market 5 times their domestic market. So yeah, but no, I wish the reveal stream was like 8 p.m. UK time, because then I could do like a stream and a watch along. Whereas with it being at like 2 a.m., I know Valrak does streams. I know he's UK, but he does do the like 1 a.m. streams, man. I don't really stay up late. I'm more of a morning person than an evening person, right? Like tomorrow's Sunday, I want to be out of the house by like probably like 9:20 at the latest. I mean, you could argue 9:20 is kind of late, but it is a Sunday. You know, it's like I want to be out of the house at 9:20 to go to the gym. So I need to be up quite a bit. I need to be up at least an hour before that. So I need to be up at like, so I'm set an alarm for Sunday morning. So it's like the one day of the week I could sleep in as well, but I don't do it because, like I say, I'm more of a morning person. And I'm doing pull-ups at the moment, and I hit a personal best on pull-ups this week, so I'm a little bit sore, but want to keep going. So I'm always trying to push myself, and I'm always trying to get. So yeah, I don't know. I kind of feel like I would like to do a stream for the reveal show, but I don't know how long it's going to be. If it's going to be like 90 minutes and it's starting at 1 a.m, just feels late for me, man. Valander, good evening. What's this mini? This mini is actually a Terminator, dude, that I have converted into a Blade Guard veteran because Blade Guard veterans are so sweet right now. So I'm actually, and this was a captain who's also been converted into a Blade Guard veteran. And this is a lieutenant who's also being converted into a Blade Guard veteran. And this is a mishmash of a Stern Guard who's become a Blade Guard veteran. And I think this was also a mishmash of a Stern Guard who has become a Blade Guard veteran. I'm very I feel like I'm a very economical person, in that, like, if I've got models that I could convert, I'm more likely to convert them than I am to rush out to the store and buy another box of stuff. And then it also gives my army quite a bit of flavour, I feel like. So this is actually a Firstborn Terminator, one of the discontinued Blood Angels Firstborn Terminators that were, I guess, discontinued this edition. So I've decided to build him as a Blade Guard. This one makes probably the least sense in terms of conversions, but I had 11. Like, I was able to convert 11 Blade Guard, and I was kind of like looking around. I didn't have any more Stern Guard bodies. I was like, man, I just need one more body to make a Blade Guard, and I was like, oh fuck it, let's just use one of those Terminators. Because I mean, I'm probably not going to build any more Firstborn Terminators, because the new Terminators are just bigger and better, right? And yeah, I basically started this channel by kit bashing, right? Like my first couple of videos on this channel were just kit bash videos, and they were anything but professional. Actually, really bad videos when you look back at them. Like, I couldn't talk to camera. I didn't do any if you ever start YouTube, your first videos will be absolutely your worst videos, probably. And yeah, my first video was like me kit bashing at the start of, I think it was it would have been 6 years ago. So I think it was me kit bashing at the start of 9th edition, and a few people subscribed, and I was like, oh shit, okay, let me do more kit bashes. You think that Firstborn are going to return in true scale so they can milk us for more cash? Yeah, I think you're probably right. I think more Firstborn units will return in true scale. I know at one point they were trying to simplify how many unique units was in Codex Space Marine, but I think that's long gone now. I think we'll see more bloat in Codex Space Marine. If anything, I think we'll see the death of flyers. I don't expect flyers to still exist in the new edition. I mean, they might still exist, just no one will play them, I guess. So what's everyone painting tonight? What's everyone up to? Stuart says I've got 9 Bladeguard painted plus 3 in the run to make the 2 6-man squads. Been considering another Dawn of War box. Yeah, I only found out about that Dawn of War box this week, man. Someone linked it in Discord and I was like, oh my goodness, that's crazy good value, right? If you haven't seen the Dawn of War box, I think you can get like, you can get it for like 40 bucks. I wish I could get an affiliate link on it actually, because I feel like people would buy it. You can get it for like 40, 45 bucks, and it's got like 3 Eradicators, 3 Bladeguard, a Judasar, I think it's a Bladeguard Ancient, and a Chaplain on foot. You get all that for 40 bucks. It's actually kind of insane. It's possibly one of the best deals I've seen on Warhammer in the last few years, right? Like, it's just such a good value box. I never even heard of it. It's a box set called Dawn of War, and if you're here in the UK, you can buy it via like a German website for like 50 bucks. It's in the members only Discord if you haven't seen it. I'm not going to be working on my Sangre Guard tonight, says Jude. Nikki's building Votan warriors. I will say, if you stream, John, you can then think of me when you're tired at work. Yeah, you know, I hate being tired at work, man. I feel like there's nothing worse than like, you know, battling with like sleep when you're at your desk at your day job, right? Like, obviously, like, I talk a lot about how the fact that I've got like 2 young children, and definitely over the last 5 years, there's definitely been days where I've been at work and I've had a shit night's sleep because of the young children. You know, be it like they've wet the bed, or be it that we've had to go to the hospital or something, you know. And yeah, I absolutely despise being at work tired. So if I can avoid doing that, like, I'd rather go to bed early than go to bed late, right? So it is sort of what it is, I guess. I had to cat-proof my painting station this week because one of my cats managed to get on top of my bookcase where I store my painting station and chew on some of the models. Oh man. I hear stories sometimes of like cats or animals chewing through electrical cables, but painting station sounds pretty annoying as well. You pulled the Thunderhammer off your captain. I was actually playing a Thunderhammer captain this week. It's very average now. I kind of hope Thunderhammers get revisited for the next edition. Like, I would take the 3 wounds back over devastating wounds all day, right? T-Money says that Dawn of War box is so good. I would not have bought a Judasar or a Bladeguard Ancient otherwise. Yeah, I mean, I kind of feel like I should buy that Dawn of War box. I'm kind of waiting to see what the cost of, you know, the cost of the new, whatever the new edition's going to be. Like, I was discussing it on Discord, and I think 2 editions ago it was like 100, and then I think last edition it was 125, or it was 120. So I think when we were talking about it on Discord, we're thinking, what, the new edition will be 150 now? Probably? That sound about right? So if the new edition's 150, I guess this week we'll find out what's in that new edition. And then I guess I'll know if I'm gonna buy that Dawn of War box. But I probably need to find an orc player that I can like. It's gonna be Blood Angels and orcs, right? So I probably need to see if I can find an orc player that wants to trade on the other half. If you've got some orc friends in your meta, or you know some friends, you need to get in there fast, because like, you need to ask them like tonight, hey, are you getting the new box? Do you want to go halves, you know, save some money.
I'm thinking it's going to be £150. So I imagine euros would probably be like 175, maybe 180, because it's a little bit less, and dollars, I'm guessing it's going to be over $200. The actual exchange rate is like 135. So if it's £150, the actual exchange rate would make that add on 35 and a half. So the actual exchange rate would be like 202. But I think that historically Games Workshop don't do quite an actual exchange rate for America. It's a little bit worse. So yeah, I'm guessing in America maybe 225, 250. You people that are in America, that sounded bad. You people. The Americans that are watching the chat, what price do you think it's going to be in US dollars? 225? I think it's probably going to be 250. I think 225 would be a fairer currency conversion, but you've got to remember as well, there's a friggin' war going on right now, so like everything is just a bit messed up as well, right? Hello Marius, good evening. How you doing, brother? So what happened? Marius managed to get his hands on the pre-order book last week, and then like on Thursday, like 4 days after the pre-order, they sent him an email saying your order has been cancelled. I saw you ranting about it on Twitter. Marius, you got a good resolution in the end? Why the hell did they tell you why they cancelled it? Did they think you were a bot? I mean, they think you were a dirty computer bot? Like what else could it have possibly, like I assumed that they must have thought you were a dirty computer bot. Yes, Annabella? Oh no, your tablet's run out of time. Come on, give it to me. I thought I gave you more time. You don't know what happened. Right. Daily screen time. It says here, your behaviour hasn't been good enough today, so you're not allowed any more screen time. Do you not believe me? No? Okay. Alright, when the tablet runs out of time though, it'll definitely be time for bed, okay? So when the tablet runs out of time, you put a story on and go to sleep? Promise?
Yeah.
Alright, give me a hug. Good night. Do you need me to help you take the tablet up to your bunk bed, or are you okay? You can... Okay. It was a nightmare. They replaced the order and gave it to me for free. Some technical order, but Lord knows what that means. Ah! I couldn't find that Dawn of Warbox anywhere in the UK. There is I found a German website that was selling it. I don't know where you're at, Mr. Judd. But it certainly seems like if you're in the UK, I think you're going to have to order it from the German website. But I think that would be fine based on the cost, right? Oh, you're in the USA? Then I don't think I can help you. The places that I saw that were selling it were like Target and somewhere else. But yeah, I mean, I guess keep an eye out for it, because it's pretty crazy how many models you get for like $50. I wonder if you could check eBay as well, because I always seem to find I feel like ever since I've had the two, I like Soccer, man, and Soccer strips are ridiculous expensive. Like it's literally a t-shirt. and they want to charge you $100 for the t-shirt. So I don't buy soccer strips at full price. I think it's absolutely ridiculous. And my kids both play football, and I don't buy football boots at full price either, because they grow out of football boots like so quickly. So I buy all that stuff now on eBay. So I feel like I always find deals on eBay. Like if you're just used to being on eBay every couple of days, I feel like there's always deals to be had on eBay. Valander says, I found an interesting proxy from a Judicar, a felled cat plan from Trench Crusade. I know very little about Trench Crusade. It's like an alternate universe, right? It's like World War II meets Diablo or something, or Doom. Like it's demons from another region, or demons from another region, like another dimension. That's right, or am I making shit up? I see a lot of people are excited about Trench Crusade, but I just don't have the time, man. The kids keep me busy, and I've always got Blood Angels models to paint, or I've always got Blood Angels videos to make. So that keeps me too busy to look at other games. I'm actually working on selling that Eldar army. I got like a pretty serious offer about it, so I'm hoping to sell my Eldar army. Like I'm hoping that it's going to go through. Yeah, hopefully anyway. I got mine from Barnes & Noble. Well, I'm really glad that you got your book after all the nonsense, Marius, because that sounded like it would have been very frustrating. You seem to have the worst luck with those pre-order days. To be fair, the last couple of times I've been on the Games Workshop website on it's usually a Saturday morning, isn't it? The last couple of times I've been on for a pre-order as well, dude, it's honestly been a disaster. It's like the website's either timing out, or I get all the way through checkout and put in my card, and then my card's timing out. There's been times where I've had stuff in my basket, like it's in my basket, and I've clicked buy, and then on the buy screen it's timed out. So I feel like I'm fortunate. I just haven't had to buy anything for a little while because I don't collect the Horus Heresy books. But yeah, I feel like I definitely had a few, like I feel like I had a few pretty bad experiences trying to get books. I thought they would have had that all sorted out by now, so it's annoying to see that people are still getting hit with like. And it's probably got to be bots as well. Like I feel like they could do a better job of verifying if people were human, right? Because if it, yeah, I mean, it's got to be a portion of it is definitely scalpers and bots, I think. I'm in Wales this weekend at a private gaming event. I'm running 1,000 points of Tau as a change. I miss my Blood Angels. Dude, I always miss my Blood Angels when I don't play them. And I usually play them for the majority of the edition. It's very infrequent that I'm not playing them. Once you get playing Blood Angels, it's hard to play anything else. Yeah, I mean, they definitely have a style and a flavor, don't they? I feel like every time I play a shooting Space Marine detachment as well, I just remember how much I enjoy the melee component of the game. Mind you, my melee was pretty rough this week. God damn, I hate fighting against Catan, man. They are so strong. I got wrecked on Wednesday night. I think I got beat by the Necrons for like the 3rd time in as many weeks. Just keep losing to Necrons, man. Flat 4 EP4 is really difficult to deal with. Catan, really difficult to deal with. If your opponent's rolling hot, really difficult to deal with. It just feels like a bit of a perfect storm fighting those Catan at the moment, doesn't it? But what can be done? What can be done? I'm playing against Catan next month. Any tips? I mean, you've got to throw the fucking kitchen sink at them, dude, and hope they don't roll 4 up. I mean, probably the best thing we've got for dealing with Catan is Eradicators or Vindicator tanks. Vindicator tanks people do take. Eradicators, you don't really see Blood Angels players taking Eradicators, do you? I mean, it might not be the worst idea to put in some. But yeah, even a squad of Lightning Claw Terminators, you're probably going to need a whole squad of 10. Like, I don't think a squad of 5 will do enough damage to Catan, right? Like, if you want to take it out, you're not taking it out with 5 Terminators. Is that right? Even at 8 attacks each. 8 times 5. 40. Yeah, I feel like even with that, you're not taking that. You're not dropping the Catan with 40 attacks. I mean, Terminators don't even have grenades, do they? I mean, grenades help a bit, but not enough. Assault Centurions. Yeah, I mean, Assault Centurions, if you can get them in. The 4-inch move is a bit of a pain in the arse though, isn't it? Ugh. I like Assault Centurions, I just despise 4 inches of movement. I think people are sleeping Eradicators. The 3-man unit are cheap and they're enough to be annoying. Yeah, maybe we need to do a video where we just do Eradicators versus Catan. Like, can we just reserve them and see what they would do? I actually have no idea statistically how much damage a unit of Eradicators should do against Catan. Like I said, I don't usually put too much weight into my shooting options, right? The Storm Raven... Man, I just don't think the Storm Raven is a competitive unit, man. And I guess here's the question, how many people in chat have played the Storm Raven to a tournament in 10th edition? Because I spent a weekend at a GT this edition with a Storm Raven, and I feel like it was my worst GT ever. I don't think I'll run a Storm Raven ever again to a tournament. I've done it, it was fun, but it was also kind of just a giant liability / giant mess. And it's much more difficult to get units where you want to be and deploy them than you actually think, because the Storm Raven doesn't have that much survivability. You know, anything AP3 or more is pretty much almost going straight through, right? I wanted to like the Stormraven. I don't take unit. I don't go to tournaments to come last. I didn't come last with the Stormraven, but I definitely didn't come in the top half of the. Definitely came in the lower half. Too many armies can just counter the Stormraven pretty effectively, I feel like. I played a Stormhawk to a tournament. How'd it get on? My Stormraven went really badly at the tournament. I will not run a Stormraven again, I think. After that tournament, if anyone asks me, like, what do you think of a Stormraven at a tournament? I'm like, don't do it. It was tragic. I've seen them as meta and Ultramarines. Yeah, I mean, maybe they need a little bit of luck, but, and I mean, maybe there's certain armies that can't deal with them. But there's also plenty of armies that'll just shoot them out of the sky like they're nothing. Ravens are fine in Stormlands. Well, that's what I ran it in. Calgar. I ran it in Stormlands. The second it got targeted, I used the stratagem for -1 to hit, -1 to wound. And I got it destroyed in turn 1 using that stratagem by indirect fire. So go figure that one out. So I lost my 330 point unit in turn 1 before I'd even had a chance to move it in an obscured position in my deployment zone. And it was -1 to hit, -1 to wound, and obviously it was getting cover because it was getting shot by indirect. And it still died. Turn 1. So yeah, I don't recommend a Stormraven, man. I mean, it was a fun tournament, but not something I'm in a hurry to repeat. And I had a game in that tournament as well against Tau, and like the Stormraven was so hard to play against Tau, because like he's just got those giant railguns. If they see it even for a millisecond, it's going to be dead. In general, I hate playing against Tau with railguns, but when you've got a big vehicle with no invulnerable save, that's like the ultimate problem against Tau, isn't it? You don't think that the Stormraven would get destroyed indirect in more than 1 in 100 games? Well, it happened, man. I suppose in the next game the indirect does no damage to it, but yeah, in my game it was rough. My whole game plan was to try and like spill out the Ballistus Dreadnought that was, the Brutalis Dreadnought that was inside the Stormraven into the midboard. When the Stormraven died and owned easy, I'm like, oh shit buckets. But you know what, it'll be nice to get some new units. It'll be nice to see some new stuff being announced. I feel like it's been ages since we've had anything super exciting for Marines. I'm trying to think what the last Marine release was. Like, was our last release the upscaled Terminators? Which actually wasn't really anything new, right? It was just more Terminators. What was the last release that we had? Was it multiple play burst crawlers? No, it was fucking... Exorcists. Sisters of Battles. The fucking sisters with their damn miracle dice. -1 damage doesn't mean all that much when they just keep picking 6s for their miracles, right? Goddamn sisters. Ultra's got a ton of stuff, but yeah, no, I'm talking about stuff that Blood Angels could use. When was the last time we got a release that Blood Angels could use, I guess? Updated Outriders on the horizon. What is actually going on with these? I've heard a few times about these updated Outriders. Like, what's going to be updated about them? They can have some weapon options? It will be interesting to see the new Vanguard veterans. You think it'll be 3-man units? Oh god, I never even thought of that. We're going to get nerfed from a nice big 10-man Vanguard veteran into a 3-man nonsense. Mind you, Sternguard didn't get nerfed down to 3 men, so maybe the Vanguard veterans won. It was the Assault Terminators? I like Outriders 2-man, but I really think that they would have been much better, stronger unit if they just had a few weapon options. Right, you know, like just chainswords across the whole squad is kind of anticlimactical. Like if they could just have some, like a Thunderhammer on the Sergeant. Well, I mean, give us a 3 damage weapon, a lance that does 3 damage or something on the Sergeant. I don't know. Hello Bloodlines, thanks again for the super chat the other night, dude. I super appreciate it. How are you this evening? Yeah, I feel like I would really like to see just some weapon options in Outriders. I feel like they've been missing that ever since they came out. In a way, jump intercessors as well, right? Like, I understand that Space Marines are supposed to have chainswords, but chainswords, they haven't exactly aged them up very well, right? Like, they're pretty... Like, an Orc Choppa is just as good, if not better, than a chainsword now. Like, does the general chainsword just need a buff? Like, the whole meta, I feel like, the whole 40k has moved on, and Strength 4 AP1 is... You know, like, that's what a knife does these days. Strength 4 AP1. That's what all the Space Marine knives are. So, like, does the chainsword, in general, does it maybe just need to be a bit better now? I'm painting some Reavers for some reason. Well, I mean, I've got some Reavers. I'm sure I'll paint them again at some point for the same mad reason, just to finish the unit. I don't know. Chainswords are strength 6 on the charge. Yeah, I mean, for Blood Angels, not for anybody else. I think Outriders are going to get some weapon options and some Sergeant customization. So I never bought any Outrider kits then, right? Because I would have just got the easy to build version that came with like the Indomitus, that's the name of it, the Indomitus one. So anyone that bought the standard, like the standalone Outriders, were they just the exact same sprues that were in the Indomitus box? Are they going to get rid of fortifications and aircraft? They probably should, dude. They have really no play in the game outside of narrative play. And do people even use those things in narrative play? I don't know. Because I have a few friends that do narrative play, and I feel like they don't use fortifications or aircraft. Like, my friends that want to do narrative play, they're usually, like, honestly, they're more likely to play, like, boarding actions, I feel like. There is a standalone Outrider box, but I just don't know what's inside it, because I assume it's just the exact same Outriders. I guess that's kind of my question. Because I never bought it. I got 6 Outriders because I got 2 copies of Indomitus, and then I've never really looked at them again. I've played them probably more than most. Like I won a GT with 2 squads of Outriders on my list, and that was before they gave them the damage buff. What was the buff before? I think it used to be you could re-roll charges. I think that was it. No, not re-roll charges, excuse me. I think it was re-roll advances on the Outriders. I just kind of liked them for 80 points in Liberator Assault Group. I thought they were a pretty decent, cheap trading unit. Like, they can pick up a lot of chaff units, and they only cost 80 points. Narrative play can create a lot of interesting decisions when you're leveling up your units. Yeah, you know, I used to play Necromunda back in the day, and I used to really like how the campaign in Necromunda worked, where, like, you know, at the end of the battle, you rolled on the damage table, and some guy, like, he could potentially, like, get better stats because he survived a mortal wound or something like that. No, I get you. Probably if I didn't have this YouTube channel, I might do narrative play with my friends. But the YouTube channel has kind of pushed me in a direction where my channel is obviously seen as a channel that talks about competitive Blood Angels strategies or tactics, and that's why people watch. So I guess that's, like, I mean, I didn't, like I've said before, I started the channel as me just doing kit bashes. But, like, channels sometimes can evolve and change, and priorities can change, and I don't think I'd change where I'm at, but I guess it's different to where I started. Does that make sense? Outriders need much more impact. Their base makes them pretty hard to maneuver compared to running 3 Sanguinary Guard. Yeah, I mean, I think they just need more options. I think it really comes down to if the Outriders could be a unit that could do some damage, that might help them. Because, I mean, for points, they're fine. And I mean, if you run them into if you run them into a bunch of aspect warriors or guardsmen or something like that, they'll do totally fine, right? I can hear one of my kids crying. One sec. Oh, it's one of those nights. Just spam assault intercessors. It's an easy 15% win rate increase. What? What, spamming assault intercessors over outriders? What if you want to spam both? Or what if you want to take both? I was playing against Chaos Knights not too recently, but Chaos Knights have a bunch of stupid indirect strength 5, and if you park like a unit of Marines on an objective, you're going to lose a bunch of them because they're just going to keep indirecting you the whole game with strength 5. So I mean, if you park, you know, toughness 5 outriders on that same objective, that's going to help quite a bit, I feel like. I liked having the outriders when I was playing against Chaos Knights, I'll tell you that much. I mean, every unit has its ups and downs, right? And I think here's the thing, I think if you play outriders enough, they're not that difficult. I know some people will say like, oh, they're much more difficult to maneuver than jump intercessors. Well, of course, because they don't jump over everything in their way. But like, you can plan for that. It's not like the most, you know, you could say like, I don't know, like a lot of people are using Blade Guard at the moment. You don't hear too many people complaining like, oh, Blade Guards are so hard to maneuver compared to Sangre Guard and Death Company. I mean, they are harder to maneuver, right? Because they just walk as opposed to jump. But like, people don't write them off just because you're walking. I feel like. I like suppressors against knights. Yeah, I mean, I've tried suppressors so many times, man, and I always seem like I never feel like I get value out of suppressors. But yeah, maybe into certain matchups. Knights definitely seems like it would be a good matchup for them because, you know, if they've just got a few big knights, making them -1 to hit is pretty tasty. Pretty tasty, I'd say. But yeah, I said on my stream last Saturday, I was like, I forgot how much detail Blade Guards have on them. They are a very detailed unit. So I feel like it's going to take me a long time to get these 5. I'm only painting 5 Blade Guard. But I feel like it's going to take me a long time to get these 5 done. And it's probably going to take me a long time to do these shields as well, just because the white paint is a bit of a disaster. Howdy, Frank. You well? Have you added a Sangre Priest to your Blade Guard? Yeah, I've actually added 2. That's why I'm painting 5 more Blade Guard, because I've got 1 squad with a Sangre Priest, and I've added the 2nd squad. I really do like them quite a lot. I think they're going to be a solid unit choice. I felt like their damage output was really quite good. Until I fought the Katana, I thought their damage output was really quite good. That's honestly the truth. Katana just... ugh. I think Katana honestly a bit broken. I don't know why we need unit models like that with like 4 ups, 5 ups, -1 damage. Like, just think the swing on their survivability is just so massive. But then saying that, like Andrew, who I played on Wednesday night, he was away at a tournament today with that Catan list. He actually got beaten. I think he got beaten twice. So yeah, my army, my current list doesn't really deal too well with Catan, but I feel like there must be people in the meta that can deal with him just fine. I'm not really going to build a list around dealing with Catan either, I guess, because yeah, I just don't really want to, I guess. I'd rather build a list around synergies and stuff that I'm trying to do than to be super meta and deal with like a super meta pick like the Catan, right? So if I have to build a list that's, let's say, a bit weaker against -1 damage Catan, I'm just going to be like, fine. I don't like the Catan. I don't like the rules. I mean, I didn't like their old rules either, but like, I'm just going to build a list that I am having fun with and sort of hell with the Catan, right? I think they should limit the number of Catan you run in the list 100%. I have too few units in my army. Do I? I feel like I think I've got about 13 units, which is I think what I had when I won the GT, dude. So like, I don't know how much higher I would go than that, honestly. God, I'm making such a mess of this guy's foot. I'm gonna have to clean it up with a lot of gold paint afterwards. I don't think I've ever had a list do all that well this edition that's had more than like 13 or 12 or 13 units. I also don't take that many characters. Like I think my current list only has 4 characters in it, and none of them are expensive characters, right? 2 Sangre Priests, a Chaplain and a Captain, you know, so it's like all my characters are 75 points and I only have 4 of them. No, I think my problem is that I play in a meta where there's, like, I play against Death Guard, and I think Assault Intercessors are not going to do a whole lot against Death Guard, right? I mean, if they even survive to make a charge against Death Guard, because they're just going to get flamed and killed. Like, I lost a whole squad of Death Company to the Flamers from the... what are they called? The... Death Shroud Terminators. Like, he literally killed the whole squad of Death Company with the Overwatch. So, like, if that's in your meta, I guess you have to worry about. I feel like every time I play against Death Guard, it's either a bunch of transports with Plague Marines inside, or a bunch of Death Shroud with crap loads of Flamers. And I feel like Blood Angels have got big problems against both of those things. I mean, I usually feel like I can beat Death Guard, but at the same time, like, they're so prevalent in my meta that, like, possibly I build too much to deal with them. I don't know. Just Colin, who plays the Death Guard, he's the guy that comes on the channel most out of everybody. So it's like if I'm stuck for a game, like if I'm stuck to get a game on Wednesday night, it's typically going to be Death Guard, because Colin's like my go-to guy. He'll come on the channel anytime, and he plays Death Guard, and that's all he plays. And he does build lists tailored to destroy Blood Angels, right? Like he will customize his list just to beat me, because he enjoys beating me on my channel, which in a way is a good thing, because it means that I get tough games on the channel. It would be kind of pointless if I just showed up every week and just won, because it was super easy games, right? One of the Play on Tabletop guys thinks Catan should be limited to 1 per detachment. I mean, I think that we probably should move away from the rule of 3, right? Where it's like a rule of 2 might be better. Like, why do you need 3 of the same unit? I typically don't run 3 of the same unit in my lists. I can't remember the last time I ran 3 of the same unit. I mean, maybe I would run 3 small squads of Sangre Guard. But like 3 large units, you know, like of the same stuff. It's not really how I play 40k. I don't just gravitate onto, like, this is the strongest unit, let me just buy 3 of them. Some people play 40k like that, though. I suppose there's nothing wrong with it. You like to win games, you like to feel like you've got a strong list. You know, buy strong units. It's valid, people do it. Until they change rules to make it invalid, people will always do it, I guess, right? They're the worst players. Well, I mean, I feel like I have to disagree, man, because some of the biggest tournaments are won by the people that, like, people are running 18 Victrix Guard and winning like giant events with it, right? You know, we don't. I don't know how, just the way it is. I mean, like, if you ever, like, I used to play Magic the Gathering, and you could put 4 of the same card in the deck. And if you've got a really strong card, why would you not put it in your deck 4 times, right? Like, it's sort of the nature of the beast, I guess. It doesn't necessarily make them the worst player, it just means they're optimizing to win games. I mean, we can take the high ground and not do it ourselves, but you're always gonna run it. Like, me and Marius went to a tournament where some guy had 3 Norn emissaries, and those Norn emissaries are so hard to kill, and they have like OC 15 on an objective, and he just had 3 of them, which is just like absolutely ridiculous, I feel like. But you know, people will do what people perceive as strong, right? I tend to spam the units I find the most fun. Yeah, I mean, I tend to have a way of playing, and I go after... We could go back to Force Organization. I think that might be not the worst idea, Frankie. Maybe if they simplified it a little bit from where it was before. But I didn't really feel like I had a problem with Force Organization. I guess some people did. I don't really actually know what their problem was with it, but I feel like Force Organization was fine. I feel like it was a simple enough mechanic once you understood it. Like I said, maybe it could be simplified a little bit so it's not quite as daunting maybe for new players or something. I mean, if that's all it comes down to is like we just need to simplify it a bit so new players don't feel like they can't figure it out, I'm okay with that. I think Arathian thinks it might make a comeback. Yeah, no, I think it might make a comeback in some sense. I think all this stuff is iterative, right? Like they iterated out, you know, they took out fixed war gear, they took out war gear costs and now we have fixed war gear costs. I wouldn't be surprised if in the future that all changes again and we pay points per model again, or, you know, like I said, I think it's all iterative. They'll try it, we'll see what's good, what's not good, and then it'll change each edition. I mean, it's a living, breathing game that evolves. Sometimes they'll make mistakes, sometimes they'll roll things back. I mean, the main thing we need to just worry about is like they're always updating things, which I think they are. Yeah, I kind of want the granularity back as well, dude. I really hate how building a list at the moment has so few, like, you know, you get towards the end of a list and you've got like 100 points left, 200 points left. And, I mean, maybe even less than that, right? You've got 100 points left and your options on that list are so limited. It's like, oh, I can't, you know, like let's say you're building a list and you've got 65 points left. It's like, okay, so I'm 5 points short of a scout squad. Scouts would really fit this list really nicely or something like that, you know, and it's just like there's absolutely nothing you can change to get that unit of scouts in there. And I find the lack of granularity on the lists probably one of my biggest criticisms of this edition of 40k, I would say. Because I feel like I used to spend a lot more time honing and working on army lists and tweaking small things. Whereas now I feel like you just don't have that liberty. And I think we've lost something in a way from the hobby from doing that. Yeah, my mates don't care about WYSIWYG either, man, because I have not been keeping up. In previous editions, I used to try and keep up with WYSIWYG. So many of my models were magnetized. Now with everything just being so static, I've kind of given up on WYSIWYG, honestly. And I think a bunch of tournaments I've been at as well. I wouldn't say they've completely given up, but they're people are not nearly being as difficult about WYSIWYG, which I like. But I do think that we could get better. I do think we could get better, like, options when points are like tight or limited, you know. Like, I think that would be such a good improvement. But hey, I guess who knows what we're going to find out in this reveal stream next week. I feel like the reveal stream is mainly just going to be model focused. Like, we're not going to know anything about new rules, we're just going to see new models. But who knows, right? I think the solution is to remove some of the OC unkilly stuff. Yeah, I mean, that would make sense, right? Like, you know, like, we're talking about Catan being such a nuisance, such a horrible killy unit that can't be killed. Like, why do Catan need a high OC value? Like, shouldn't Catan just be like, yeah, they do a lot of killing, but they really don't hold objectives? I mean, I kind of feel like that's kind of what Death Company have got going on, but I feel like that could be translated better into other armies, you know that? But hey, I guess we'll find out soon what's new, what's not new, what's good, what's bad. As long as you aren't modelling for advantage. Yeah, I don't think too many people are modelling for advantage these days. I mean, the changes to terrain have got rid of a lot of the, oh, I can see you over terrain nonsense, which we used to have. So it's not like, gone are the days where like some guy's got a big banner or a big spear and it's a problem because he's sticking over the top of a lot of models, you know. It doesn't really, I don't want to say that's irrelevant these days, but it is much less relevant than it was. Dustin says, Force Organization was easy. I found points for Wargame a bit pitfall for new players. I mean, I guess that's what Games Workshop got rid of it. I would often overspend, and when the model with the gear died, it was a big loss. Oh, I never thought of that. Yeah, I suppose you could overspend on all your units, and then that model dies, and you're like, oh shit, that's a lot of points to lose. No, I sort of get that, I suppose. I mean, I guess that comes with experience of the game in general, though, right? That doesn't look like Celestial Grey. It looks like it's decided to not separate in the pot, almost. It's a little bit better. I hope 11th edition will give chapters unique army rules. What would we like? I think we should just go back to what we had, man, which was it just +1 to wound and +1 to charge? You know, like that was always, maybe that wasn't always what we had. But I feel like that's, we had +1 to wound in 8th and 9th and +1 to charge in both as well. God, my memory's failing me, but I feel like that is the Blood Angel. Like, +1 to wound, +1 to charge. Like, get rid of Oath a Moment, right? Like, I feel like that's what we had. Or I feel like that's what we should be. Excuse me. Excuse me. I don't cough all day and then I come on stream and just start coughing. So, question then. There's this big rumor about it's going to be Vanguard veterans. It's going to be Outriders. I must admit, I watched one of Valrak's videos this week. I don't watch everything he makes. I'm a very busy person. Do we know what else we're getting in this new box set? Like, has any of the other contents leaked? At least you don't need a vortex mixer. Thanks, Rathian. I have a bit of an addictive personality, dude, and I have completely fallen in love with the gym, right? It's funny because I think for me it was a bit of a sliding doors moment. I don't know if you know what that means, but it's like a moment where, like, in your life, two paths are presented to you, and you pick one path, and like there's nothing. It's just like your life could have been totally different. And I feel very lucky, right? Like, I fell off my skateboard, and it was a really bad fall, and I broke my upper right arm. I can't even remember what bone that's called, actually. So it's your humerus, because everyone was like, oh, trying to make jokes about it, because it's supposed to be quite humorous. It's spelt like humorous without the O, I believe. So I broke my humerus, and I sat in the doctor's office, and they told me that I would, like, never get my strength back. You know, like, they're basically like, there's a chance you will never get your strength in your arm back. And that was like the sliding doors moment where, like, in another reality, I probably just, like, I don't know, accepted that I've broken my arm and it's shit, and, like, I'm just gonna have a sore arm forever. And in this reality, I was like, no, fuck that. I'm not gonna have a sore arm forever. I'm gonna do all the rehab exercises that you've given me, and then I'm gonna go above and beyond on all the rehab exercises. So I actually think breaking my arm was one of the best things that I've ever done, because I broke it at a time in my life where, like, I am getting older. I think I broke it maybe when I was like 39 or 40, because I'm 42 now, and it was a couple of years ago. So maybe I broke it when I was 39, and that's like right on the time where it's like I needed to start taking better care of myself, because I'm getting older. So yeah, I don't need a vortex mixer. I can just use my guns now. You're right. I have still got my electric skateboard. I haven't been on it bar like one time in a year. I kind of feel like I should sell it. I am like, I've been selling a lot of old stuff throughout. Like, I was actually in my attic today. I had some old Age of Sigmar models. I'm selling those, because, like, when the fuck am I ever playing Age of Sigmar? I've had them. I've almost, like, my mortgage is coming up in this house for 5 years, so I've lived in this house for 5 years. Those Age of Sigmar models moved into this house with me. So I'm, like, looking at them, and I'm like, so I've had these Age of Sigmar models for 5 years. Like, at what point am I admitting to myself that I'm never opening these Age of Sigmar boxes, or I'm never getting round to these Age of Sigmar boxes? Because, like, if I wasn't doing the Blade Guard mount, I've got like 10 Terminators that I've still got to do. I've got 6 half-painted Eradicators I've got to do. I've got numerous Dreadnoughts that are in various states of completion. At least like 2 or 3 Redemptor chassis Dreadnoughts half finished. I've actually got a Redemptor chassis Dreadnought still on the damn sprue. So yeah, I've just got so much that I'm like, I feel like I have to just try and be honest with myself and be like, yeah, I'm not gonna be doing Age of Sigmar, like, ever, I guess. So, like, just sell it. So yeah, I still have my skateboard. I did sell my skateboard shoes, because I had a pair of skateboard shoes. I did sell my protective jacket that I had. It was like a motorcycle jacket. Because, I mean, I guess it wasn't that protective in that I still broke my arm, even though I had arm protection in the jacket, right? I mean, the protective pads don't cover the entire arm, right? But yeah, so I've sold the shoes, I've sold the jacket. I may as well probably sell the skateboard. I think the skateboard will be a harder sell because I can't package it. The electric skateboard is so fucking heavy, man. It's got a big ass battery attached to the underside of it, right? So yeah, I kind of see my accident as a catalyst for my life, and it's been the best catalyst that could possibly be. And in a weird way, like I don't know if I would have ever got into my health and fitness as much as I have if I hadn't had the accident. So it's a really weird thing to say, or it's a really I can't explain it, but like, yeah, I'm thankful I had that. I'm really thankful that like my accident wasn't super bad, but it was bad enough to make me think twice about going on the skateboard. And then also, like, I got family and stuff, I can't be skateboarding around, getting hit. People get hit by cars and all sorts. We all need a wake-up call for mortality. Yeah, well, this was mine, and it's lit a fire under my ass in terms of my my love for the gym, which has like evolved from my need to do my need to do the rehab. So the rehab for my arm, like, I guess completely changed my life, and I feel so much better for it. And if anyone's wondering if they should get on a fitness journey, regardless of how old or where they're at in life, I recommend it 100%. I know that AI is taking over the world at the moment. I feel like if I lost my job to AI, because I mean, I guess AI is replacing everybody. I'm a programmer by trade, I guess. So if I get made redundant because AI can apparently replace me, I mean, I don't think I would, but I mean, it's not beyond the realm of probability or the scope of where AI is going, I guess. I feel like I would fire into some sort of exercise. That's what I would like to do next, I guess, in my life. If I lost my job to AI, I would do something to do with rehab, exercise, diet, because I'm so passionate about all that stuff now. Look, it's my first ever Necron I've painted. I'm just painting him Lead Belcher. I mean, it's half a Necron. What do I do for fitness with the kids? I get up early in the morning, man. That's what I was saying to you, like, I'm more of a morning person, so I like to get up early and try and get, like, my kids are ages 4 and 6. So sometimes what I'll do is I'll take them downstairs and give them breakfast in front of the television. I know it's probably not the best thing to do, but I've got like weights and stuff in my garage, so that way my wife can have a lie-in, I can use the gym for a bit. I don't know about you, but my kids are so friggin' slow at eating their cereal. It takes them like an hour to eat a bowl of cereal. So it gives me like enough time to do some workout stuff while they slowly eat Cheerios, one Cheerio at a time, or Cocoa Pops, one Cocoa Pop at a time. I don't. You've got a 2-year-old. I guess you're not quite there yet, but like in a year's time, when your kids are 3 or when your kids are 4, this is what your dinner time's gonna sound like, dude. You're gonna be like, "You like burger? I've asked you 100 times to eat this burger tonight. Could you please stop playing with the burger and eat your burger?" You know, that was me before I came on stream tonight. My daughter had a burger. She likes burgers. I had to ask her 25 times to eat her burger, you know? So, get the kids up early, give your wife a lie-in, get some dumbbells in your garage or wherever you can, and do that, I guess. When my kids were a bit younger, like, I guess ages, like they're 4 and 6 now, so they're not likely to choke. But when they were a bit younger, I bought one of those Amazon cameras, you know, like the Echoes with the screen on it. And you can do the app on your phone, so you can watch the screen from another room. So I would like be in the gym, the kids are sitting in front of the telly watching the telly, but I'm able to watch them through the Echo. So like if I can see if anyone's choking, or I can see if they're mucking around too much at breakfast, right? I've got 2 hobbies and kids. I get up at 5 AM. I mean, when you've got kids, dude, you've gotta find the time. You gotta do the hard things, or you just won't have time. It's rough. I get you. Like, I used to play a lot of video games, right? Like on a given week, I maybe would put in like 30 hours a week on video games. Now I put in like, I was going to say 30 minutes, but no, it's a little bit more than 30 minutes. Like, I probably play video games for like an hour or 2 a week now. Down from like pre-kids, it would have been like 30 hours a week. A couple of days ago, a guy said Corbolo and Angry Seth would be cool, but I'm not going to hold my breath. Valrak said it looked like a Contemptor Dreadnought in the ad. I heard someone else talking about Gabriel Seth and Corbolo. But I mean, that could just be that those are the characters that we lost, so it makes sense that people are talking about them because they want them back, right? I guess we'll find out on Thursday night for this live stream what's actually happening, right? We'll kind of be in the dark till that, I guess. But yeah, finding time when you've got the young kids is a trick, I guess. Like, we try and limit screen time because like it's supposed to be really bad for them, but like sometimes you need to give them a little bit of screen time if it means that you aren't losing your mind as well, if that makes sense. What's your thoughts on lag versus RCO? I feel like some combos are more powerful in RCO, but lag has more flexibility. I think like RCO just doesn't fit my playstyle, dude. I think RCO is a cool detachment. I think the Death Company making turn 1 charges is pretty scary. I think the number of AP you can get and stuff is pretty scary. I think the number of attacks you can get is also pretty bonkers on a bunch of units. I kind of like RKO, but I think it can be quite a tough detachment to play in terms of like, if you get caught, because you don't get any bonus if you get caught, and you can't fall back and charge almost on any unit. So like, I think you've got to play that detachment very aggressively, and you've got to not get caught anywhere on the board by the opponent charging you. And if the game goes on and it's a close game and your opponent knows this, they can start engaging your units and forcing you to not be able to fall back and fight. I found RCO, and then here's the thing, I like to take some tanks in my army usually. Like every army I take, Blood Angels, I usually bring some tanks. I mean, you can take tanks in RCO, they just get no bonus. I mean, you could argue you could take tanks in lag, they get no bonus as well, but Yeah, I feel like lag is maybe a bit more forgiving for new players. RCO is maybe the creme de la creme players that can calculate all the perfect charges and the perfect matchups and stuff. Unfortunately, I think I've learned that that's not me. I'm not the perfect player. So RCO, I don't feel like that detachment really worked for me. So I guess for me personally, I prefer lag. I'm going to be sticking with lag. I'm probably going to be playing lag. Being healthier equals a longer life. Yeah, I mean, one of the studies that I saw on YouTube was, or one of the studies I saw was basically saying that like your grip strength has a like how strong you can grip actually has a massive correlation to like mortality. I don't even understand why, but I guess it just means like later in life, you know, when you slip or something and you have to grab the handrail, you know, because I guess that's how like a lot of old people pass away. They slip or they fall on the ice or something. They have really bad injuries. So like being able to have a solid grip strength has a massive increase of your mortality chance. It's actually started kind of crazy if you start looking into it. I go down the YouTube rabbit hole way too often. So I've been down all the fitness rabbit holes, and yeah, I'm probably, I feel like I'm probably the wrong person to talk to because I probably know that I go down the rabbit holes too much. I hope not. I just printed up Gabriel Seth in the Primaris size. You know what? I made a conversion to Seth not too long ago, Primaris size. Pretty much, it always happens, right? It always gets to the point where you think like, oh, they're never going to refresh Seth. Let me just make that conversion. The second you make that conversion, that's when they're bringing them out. If in doubt, you know, I bet there was some guy that made a Commander Dante conversion. They're like, they're never bringing out Primaris Dante. Literally the night he made that conversion, boom, Dante releases. I have mostly played Angelic Inheritors. How does lag feel compared to Angelic Inheritors? I chose AI because it looked more tactical and reactive. Lag plays much more one-dimensional to Angelic Inheritors. It's much more get in your face, kill you with choppy swords. It's not bad though. Like, yeah, I feel like it's not bad. I guess it's more a melee detachment than Angelic Inheritors, right? Angelic Inheritors is quite a shooting detachment. Like you get a lot of strength in Angelic Inheritors from having stuff like Inceptors and Vindicator tanks. Whereas in lag, you probably don't see people running Inceptors. You probably, I mean, some people will run Vindicator tanks in lag. I guess Vindicator tanks are good enough to run them in almost any detachment. But yeah, I played both detachments, lag and Angelic Inheritors. Played both of them for about a year. And I think personally I just prefer lag because it's more of a melee detachment. Like you get more out of your melee in that detachment, I feel like. But there's nothing wrong with Angelic Inheritors, and I feel like Inheritors definitely is the more tactical detachment. Hello Highland Phoenix, good evening. Grip strength and lower waist circumferences reduces your risk of cardiovascular issues. Yeah, I've been doing a calorie deficit every day since like the 1st of January. I think I've only missed like 2 days. So like 1 day a month, I guess I'm missing my calorie deficit. But yeah, I'm being very I'm being very conscious with my eating as well this year. I want to lose another couple of kilograms. So there's been a few nights this year that I've been fucking starving, man. Quite hungry tonight, actually, but I'm doing okay. I figure out a hack when you're really hungry in the evening. If you've got a soda stream, drink carbonated water. Because the carbonation in your stomach sort of fools your stomach into thinking that it's actually got food inside it. So you stop feeling quite as hungry if you drink carbonated water. It's quite a good little hack, actually, to know. It was a tough battle this week, Highland Phoenix. Yeah, Necrons are just bonkers, aren't they? I don't even know what the win rate of I know Necrons had a crazy high win rate. I don't know if it's still as high as it was, but I feel like they deserve more of a nerf. They've had such a high win rate, like, this whole edition, and I feel like they had a really high win rate last edition as well. I feel like somebody at Games Workshop just friggin' loves Necrons. Like, unapologetically, they just absolutely love them. They're like, we'll just give the Necrons these giant win rates. We just love Necrons so much. In Angelic Inheritors, reroll once to hit and once to wound on character like units, smooths out the unlucky rerolls. Yeah, I mean it's a good detachment, but I guess the difference is in Liberator Assault Group, cheap units like Jump Intercessors can actually do like an absolute ton of work because they are, they're getting extra attacks, they're getting 2 extra strength, so you can just do more with cheap units in Liberator Assault Group. I mean, there's no real tactics there in that you just throw those cheap units to their death, but you can do a lot with the cheap units, I guess. Yeah, I don't know who wrote the Catan rules this edition. I think they've done away with writing in the front of the codexes who wrote the rules, right? Like that used to exist. I don't think that exists anymore. Like the books don't really have authors. Is that right? Yeah, someone got death threats, what, for writing a bad codex? Man, people take this game way too seriously at times, don't they? I still get the odd person on like the YouTube comments that's like, John, you're not, there's always someone that like will call me out and just be like, yeah, you're not very good at playing Blood Angels, or this is not how you play Blood Angels. And like you can, it's a weird one because like I've got 23,000 subscribers and I've got beautiful people like yourself, Arathian, or who else is in the chat, Tommy and Helen Phoenix and McFatson. Would you play a list with a Tech Marine in... Oh, hold on. A Tech Marine, not... Hold on. McFatson asked a question that isn't about Firestorm. I need to roll back. Hold on. How would you feel about a lag list with 1 Tech Marine and all Dreadnoughts? I would take more than 1 Tech Marine. Because they're lone operative. So I'd take 3 Tech Marines. I was saying earlier in the stream I wouldn't take 3 of one unit, but I would take 3 Tech Marines because then they can just do lots of actions. And I'm pretty sure I'm correct in thinking that a Tech Marine can repair a vehicle and give it +1 to hit and still do an action, because the repair doesn't stop it doing an action. So you could be repairing 3 vehicles and you could be doing deploy teleport homers or whatever the fuck you need to be doing, right? But yeah, so I've got all you beautiful people that show up in my live streams. And then I always get like one comment that'll be like, John, that's not what you do. You don't even know how to play Blood Angels or something like that. And like, I think there was a time in my life, or there was a time when the channel was smaller, that those comments would really upset me, or maybe not upset me, but like I wouldn't know how to react to them. I mean, I don't react to them, like I don't reply to them, because like it's just some guy on the internet that I've never met. Like, they've got their opinion, I've got my opinion, they're different. We don't need to, you know, like I don't need to cause any drama about it. But you know, it's just the internet in a way has given everybody a voice, a faceless voice, and it's just such a different world we live in to like 20 years ago, I guess. People like to drag people down for no reason. Yeah, I'm very much like a glass half full type of person. I want to be optimistic with every fiber of my being. I can't be bothered with. It's not. I don't suppose it. I don't know why I'm like that actually. I don't think my parents were like that. But my wife has said to me a few times. Sure, like my wife will say to me, "Your positivity annoys me." And I'm like, well, that's just who I am, I guess. I like to be positive. Like, why be negative about shit? I'm here because I'm betting on you to teach me how to play Blood Angels. Well, that's kind of why I'm here, because I do try and teach people, mainly not to make the same stupid mistakes that I've made, Tommy. I mean, that's the bottom line. It's not like it's not like I'm an expert. I've made the mistakes enough that I usually feel like I can teach people not to make the same mistakes. In fact, see, when I'm going to a tournament, I fucking hate. Like, I've gone to tournaments before where like I've played 20 games with my list on the stream and I've won all 20 games, and I hate that. I think actually that's what happened with my Ultramarine Stormraven list. Like, I played that Ultramarine Stormraven list, like, let's say I played it like 6 times, and I won every single time. So now I'm going to a tournament feeling really confident, and like, you know, I've played this list 6 times, it's never been beaten, this must be a really good list. And then I get to the tournament and I just get absolutely destroyed, right? Whereas like I've been to tournaments before with a list where it's like my list has lost 3 or 4 times in a row. I'm like, I don't even know if this is the right list to be running to the tournament because I keep losing with it. But then you get to the tournament and you've been in all the hard situations and you've already made the bad mistakes and you've already had the losses. And then I think that's what happened was like, I was playing against Miles. If anyone watches the channel, they'll know that Miles is a very good opponent. Pretty much every like I would say me and Miles must have been on the channel 20 times. It must be close to a 50% win rate, right? Like, there was actually a point in like 9th edition where whenever Miles came on the channel, whoever went first won, because he was playing Eldar that were like a very first strike army, and I was playing Blood Angels, which are also quite a first strike army. So it was like whoever won that roll off to go first was just like weeks in a row. That was the person that just won. So like I was playing Miles before a tournament, and I lost to him like 2 or 3 times, and I was like, oh, I've got to change something on this list because I keep losing to Miles. And I made and when I change my tournament lists, I only ever make small changes, because I feel like if you throw away 500 points to the list, you're not going to know enough about it. So it was like the week before the tournament or something, or the week before the list had to be submitted, I was like, alright, I'm just going to make a small change to this list because I keep losing to Miles and I don't know how I'm going to, you know, if I run into him at the tournament, I'm going to lose for sure because he's got my number or whatever. So I made like the small change to the list, like let's say like changed 1 unit or something. And then I go to the tournament and I friggin' go 5-0 and win the whole friggin' tournament. And I'm like, after the tournament, I had to say, like, you know, to Miles, basically, I was like, the only reason I win this event is because you kept kicking my ass the last 4 or 5 weeks. And I'm like, I've got to change something. I keep losing to Miles. You know? Bishop says, I've got a game coming against some friends that plays Catan. I'm pinning my hopes on 10 jump back assault intercessors with the chaplain, running the math, oaths, lethals, grenades. They average 15 wounds into them with the Hammer of Wrath. Yeah, I mean, Catan are just, they're hit or miss, dude. If I was you, I'd have some Eradicators shoot them first as well. Or a Vindicator tank. What are your thoughts on running Eliminators with a Librarian? Nobody really does it, Miguel. I feel like nobody runs Eliminators for Blood Angels. Like, no, I mean, if someone's running them, it's very few and far between, right? The Librarian means the Eliminators can't be shot? I mean, the problem I have with Eliminators is there's only 3 shots. And they're only 2 wounds. I don't know. I'm not convinced on them. I mean, I've got 6 Eliminators. I feel like I've run them less than 6 times this edition. I don't feel like I see people really running Eliminators, regardless of what they're attached to or how you fit them into a Blood Angels list. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what my thoughts are on Eliminators with Librarian. But have you been running them? Why do you think they're good? They get the lone up and they can reposition. Yeah, I mean, I feel like if they're Las rifles or whatever they're called, Las fusils, I feel like if they were strength 10, that might make a big difference to me. But because they're strength 9, that's kind of where I'm like, yeah, 3 las cannons for 150 points, strength 9. Yeah, I mean, I feel like if they were actual las cannons, then I might get on board with them. Because they're a weird strength number. Plus, you're probably gonna have to stand still to get the heavy keyword on them, so you're only hitting on 3s. So realistically, you hit twice, right? Because you're not going to be able to stand still. You already said that you're going to be trying to reposition. So you for 150 points, you get 2 strength 9 hits. So assume one of them doesn't wound. The strength 9 isn't like a guaranteed wound by any nature of the beast, right? And you're going to be shooting something that's nasty. Then you're talking about 150 points for a d6 damage, assuming that they fail a save. I mean, 1d6 damage for 150 points. I mean, I guess that you're going to argue you could do that the entire game because they're lone operative, but like, is that enough? Does that feel like enough? I feel like if it was good, people would be running it. I mean, like, we've had 10th edition out for at this point, like, 2.5, coming up to 3 years, I guess. Like, if it was genuinely a good tactic, you would see, or if it was genuinely a strong pick, you would have seen people winning tournaments with it, you would have seen people running it, right? I feel like Eliminators were peak last edition when they got like the double cover save, so they had a 1-up save and cover. So even if you hit them with like AP2 last edition, I think they were still saving on 3s. Like, I feel like that was very good last edition for Eliminators. I think it was the stealth cloaks. But yeah, this edition, I just don't know. I just don't. I'm not digging them. Just get something stronger for the 150 points. I mean, I'd probably just take a ballistic dreadnought. At least you're getting 2 las cannons then. And you're getting 2 crack missiles, and you're getting bolters, and you can do a little bit of combat, and you're getting some OC. Right? What do you think of the Phobos captain attached to the scouts? The captain's ability to move 3 infantry units helps. I think it helps if you're doing, like, if you're trying to do turn 1 charges and you're trying to do something cool with Rage Cursed. I'm not sure I feel like the captain is worth it if you're playing, like, Liberator. Some people do run a Phobos captain for the redeploy. I've never really bothered. I guess it depends on how much value you put on deployment mind games. Like if you think that's super important to you, then I guess the Phobos captain isn't the worst idea in the world. But yeah, so if you're new to the channel, what we do here on Saturday nights usually is just hang out and paint. And on Sundays we always look at community submitted lists. We usually do that about 8:15 UK, 8:30. Basically as soon as my kids go to sleep. So sometimes I schedule the stream for like 8:15 and I'm like 5 minutes late. I mean, sometimes I think I've even been 10 minutes late, but yeah, that happens every Sunday. So if that's something you're interested in, you want to see, you know, lists submitted by the community, and also you can get your list on the show as well, right? Like we do generally try to include everybody that's submitted. We do that every Sunday. So keep an eye tomorrow afternoon. I'll schedule a stream. I'll probably kick off at about 8:30. Hopefully it's a good one, because hopefully Arsenal will have won the cup tomorrow afternoon. If they haven't, I'll be here anyway to talk about army lists, and you guys can console me or make fun of me if you don't like Arsenal. But yeah, I've got 5 more minutes and I gotta bounce off, because I want to go to the gym early in the morning. My new thing. I go to the gym every Sunday morning now. Peace. Peace from the kids. It's glorious. Like, I don't go to the gym at home. I actually go to like a I don't know what you call it, like an actual gym. Barcelona for life. Well, I think Arsenal will be playing Barcelona in the next round of the Champions League, honestly, dude. Because I think Arsenal will beat Sporting, and I think Barcelona have Atalanta. I actually don't know that much about Atalanta. I actually don't even know what country they're from. Is it Italy? Yeah, I don't know how many hours it's going to take me to finish these Blade Guard, but like, I feel like I must be getting to the point where I've put like at least maybe 15 hours now into them. I mean, I'm doing 5, so it's only realistically 3 hours a model, but like, I feel like I'm not even halfway. I think the shields alone are going to take me like a good few hours. Hello, Jonah. You well this evening? You caught me just as I'm finishing up. I'm on day 2 of my firstborn Sangreguard and only just wrapping up assembly. Yeah, you know, it's not a race, is it? Just sometimes when you've got a large backlog, you're like, you're wanting to get through it, I guess, to get onto the next unit. I guess with the new edition being announced next week, that'll be a bunch of new units that we have to build and paint as well, right? I keep playing the lottery. I keep, you know, I played Euro Millions last night. 250 for my ticket. I didn't win again. Very frustrating. I mean, it's only 5 numbers you need to match. I feel like I should be able to do that one day. You'll know if I win the lottery, right? Because suddenly I'll be sitting in like I'll be sitting on the golden throne. Maybe not. But I'll be getting a new studio for YouTube. I'll be piling some money into production value and all this. And I'll actually have time to paint all my models. It'll be sick. I graduate high school in June, so I'll finally able to start on my big Death Company box that I bought ages ago. Isn't that something to look forward to, man? I love it. Good for you prioritizing your high school over the models, though, man. That's like a very mature thing to do, man. Good for you. I feel like you deserve some serious props for that. You probably don't get enough props from your friends or whatever, but you deserve them, dude. It's nice to know as well that I'm watched by someone that's in high school and that I'm not a complete irrelevant old fart. Because you would be well within your, I mean, I suppose you'd be well within your right to be like, who is this old asshole? I don't know. I don't know what slang words you use in high school anymore for insulting people. In my day, it would have been like asshole, I guess. Back in my day. Sound like the old guy from South Park. Well, I personally think it's awesome that you've prioritized your schooling. I use very English and Aussie slang. I've tried to stop swearing as much because I've got 2 children under the age of 6, but I swear more in my stream than I do in my day-to-day life. I barely swear in my day-to-day life these days. It's just habit, right? Like, whenever I swear on stream, it honestly feels a bit weird because I don't swear much anymore. Like, I used to swear all the time, right? Like, every 3rd word or something would have been a swear word. But when you've got very young children and their brains are like sponges, you very quickly stop swearing. Alright, once I paint this last little bit of robe on this guy's midsection, that's going to be me for tonight, guys. So I will be back tomorrow night with army lists. So you can come hang out tomorrow night if you want to do that. Or you can submit an army list for tomorrow night as well. I mean, we try and get through everybody that submits on the show. I don't have a game lined up for Wednesday yet this week. It might be Death Guard. I might also take a break and just paint. I feel like I should probably just paint to get more units finished moving towards the end of the edition, but I mean, I get a lot more views and I get a lot more engagement on the live battles. So I might do a live battle, we'll see. I would like to just get some more units like I need to get this Blade Guard unit finished. I mean, that's not going to happen on Wednesday night, but we're making progress. To be fair, when you swear, it's usually against broken armies like Colin and Andrew's Necrons. Yeah, I mean, as much as I hate playing those 2 filthy meta chasers, I mean, I enjoy playing them. They're good opponents to have, and they always help me out by coming on the channel, right? But I also think those guys try and beat me so much. The Glorian, like, they tailor their lists against me. I really think that's why I've won a couple of tournaments and they haven't, because I don't tailor my lists. I never look at what they quite often send me their lists, because I send them mine a day or 2 before the stream. I never look at their lists, because if I'm building a tournament list, you don't know what you're going to play against. So, and here's the thing, I've built lists before to go to tournaments when I've been worried about, like, oh god, I know I can't beat knights with this list, for example, right? So I've like built a list that deals with knights, then you go to the tournament and you never play against knights. I'm like, oh my god, I was stressing so much about playing knights, never even played against them. So Plastic Crackheads has become my most watched channel after this. That's cool, man. Those guys are fun to be around. Yes, maybe they don't take Warhammer as serious as, you know, some of the other big channels, but they are fun. They are silly. I want to say they're not always super politically correct, but I think they are somewhat correct, right? They're fun friends to have. They're good banter for the channel. It helps. If you enjoyed tonight's stream, please leave a like. I appreciate it. I'll be back tomorrow night. I'll let you guys know what the plan is for this week. Yeah, they're politically correct enough in this age. Yeah, yeah. Andrew will always say something choice, like he's gonna deep strike up your rear or something like that, right? Like, yeah, you know, politically correct enough, I guess. Alright, have a great evening, guys. Thanks ever so much for watching. I'll see you very soon. And I guess there might be a bonus stream this week to talk about the new reveals. If the reveals happen on Wednesday night, I might try and go live on Thursday night to talk about it. We'll see. Cool. Alright, see you later, guys. Good night. Bye-bye.